back to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That will help me out a lot. Thank you. So the first story, this took place when I was like 16 years old. And it was me and a group of my friends. And at the time, I bought an Ouija board, which probably was the biggest mistake of my life. You know, when you're young, you don't really know. You're kind of reckless and you kind of just do whatever you want to do because you think you know everything. So this all happened at my friend's house. And so at the time, it was 3 of us. It was one of the scariest things that's ever happened to us. And from playing with the Ouija board, I'll never do it again. Just because after what happened to us, I was super scared, like freaked out. And I was like, no, thank you, get that stuff away from me. But I have been warned from a lot of people never to play around with spirits, which now I know it makes sense not to do that. But anyways, I think it was my mom that bought me the Ouija board. And of course you can buy it at anywhere, like Target, Walmart, online, etc. At that time, I think I got it at Target. I remember I bought it and then I was like kind of talking to my friend about it, like, hey, maybe we should play it, but we should play it the right way with candles, and we'll sit cross-legged and make sure, you know, we do it the right way. And so they agreed to doing it. So we did it during the nighttime. And so I brought my board over, and I remember I was like kind of hesitant, like I really didn't want to do it because back then I was a scaredy cat. I am still a scaredy cat when it comes to like spiritual things. And so my friend's like, you know what, let's do it, let's just do it. And so finally I was like, okay. So we laid the board on the ground. It was around the nighttime. And so we turned off the lights and then we got a candle and we placed it, you know, on the side. And we were asking if there were any spirits around. At first, nothing really happened. And you know, like, I feel like when you put your fingers on the little compass thing, sometimes you feel like other people are pushing it. So that's what everybody's like, oh no, you're pushing it. No, I'm not pushing it. So everybody's like kind of arguing. And it started to spell out the name. And I believe the name was Charlie. And so at the very last letter, it started moving by itself. Like we all took our hands off and it started moving. I remember I was like, no, thank you, I'm out. And I remember we just like got so scared. We like, the board just like flew up and we're just like, no thank you. And after that, I remember that I tried to throw away the Ouija board, and I remember I threw away in the trash can. And it's almost similar to a movie, but it actually came back in my house. I don't know if it was my brother messing with me, but it was back in my living room. And I was like, hell no. So what I ended up doing, I burned it. Even though, okay, so if you're young, please don't play with fire unless you're older. Or actually, don't even play with fire at all, because you can definitely cause bigger things. I remember we burned it, and that was the end of that. My other story has been, this has happened to me all of my life, and it's me basically seeing shadows of people. And there's been a few times where I've actually seen a human face. A few times, like kind of like, so if I'm looking really fast, I can see a face. And I've seen all these shadows all of my life. Some of the shadows have freaked me out. Like they have looked like people, and sometimes like my dogs have sensed it where they'll start barking in the corner of the shadow where I've seen, some of them are really tall, some of them are short. I've just seen shadows all of my life, and sometimes it's like in the corner of my eye, or sometimes it's right in front of me. I just know I've seen shadows and they have freaked me out. But the most recent shadow I've seen, this happened about a couple weeks ago. So I was in the kitchen, you know, just wanting to get a glass of water. And then also I checked to make sure that all my doors are locked in my house, because I don't know, for some reason, everybody likes to leave the doors open, so I like to double check and make sure that they're locked before I go to sleep. So this happened around 2 in the morning, and so I walk into the kitchen and I turn on the light. Basically, I look straight ahead into the kitchen by my kitchen table, and I see a full figured, like half figured, half shadow person. And what did I do? I was like, my reaction was to scream, which was kind of funny, and then I ran. I haven't seen shadows in a while. I mean, I used to see them all the time when I was a kid, and then when I first moved here, I would see them once in a while. And then I remember one time my dog was barking because they actually seen the thing I saw that was in the corner of my room that was really tall. It freaked me out. Let me just tell you that I'm glad they don't like kind of like taunt me or mess with me, because most of the time I just like kind of, if I'm really freaked out, I'll say please leave, and most of the time that works. But I remember the one I saw in the kitchen just like freaked me out. My heart was pumping. I just got up, started screaming. I was like, bye. I just ran back into my room. But I always tell myself, don't be scared, you know, this is your house, you have to like tell them to leave. Basically, that's what I tell myself. So after that happened, I was like, that happened a couple weeks ago, I'm just like kind of alert, kind of just like watching my surroundings, kind of looking around, making sure I don't see anything else. But before that, I remember there was another apparition too that happened when I was laying in bed. I kind of saw like this shadows like kind of by my bathroom, just like kind of like really slender, and I didn't feel frightened, and I kind of like, I thought at first it was my eyes like kind of playing tricks on me, so I was like kind of blinking like, okay, what in the world am I seeing? But then I kind of realized, you know, it was a shadow person. I don't know if they're shadow people or spirits, but I've heard it could be in numerous things. But I just remember I just seen something and I didn't feel threatened. But also, I bought some sage for my house a while ago, and I think I saged my house probably like a year ago, so I should probably re-sage it. And I also have crystals throughout my house, so I need to either recharge them, probably when the next moon happens. But I just know that I've always been sensitive to spirits, but yeah, unfortunately. If you have any ghost experiences, please leave them below in the comments. Thank you for watching, and Halloween is one of my favorite months, so I'm gonna try to do a lot of Halloween videos and DIYs. Look forward to seeing those kind of videos coming up. Yeah, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.